Alright guys, so there has been some PTS changes. As you can see, we now have a spare wheel on the back of this truck. Don't mind the hitch hanging way off. That's another one of the changes that probably an accidental change. One of them also is supposed to be this being a bit more breakable here, which before it would kind of break off and seems like it kind of sat there. Now it like falls more, making your vehicle probably fall off a little bit easier. So this is the EarthRoamer LTi, and this one had an 80-liter tank before. Now it has 200 liters. The interior is now finished on here, or at least much more finished than before. Before it was just pure white. The EarthRoamer LTi previously could not have an autonomous winch, and it now can. So this truck previously did not have any other paint skins, or whatever you want to call it, that you could equip. And they're going to be getting away from the multicolored paints. Per request from EarthRoamer, they just want to have single color vehicles, as that's how they are in real life. So here, if we jump over to the other EarthRoamer and we go to the multicolor paint jobs, there actually is no multicolor. They will be taking, fixing that as far as the user interface part goes, but they'll all be single color skins now. Then if we look at the EarthRoamer SX, the larger one, it went from having a 80-liter tank to a now 280 liters. So this one got a buff of 200 liters, the other one got a buff of 120. The SX also got a boost to its refuel and repair. It can now have 650 repair points, 3 spare wheels, and 160 extra fuel. And then here, if we look at the radar, they changed how much it costs. So we have 275 in the bottom left. This is liters. And instead of taking 20, it now takes 15. The range did not increase at all, so it has a 200 meter clear range, and then it has a 350 meter grade range, or 150 after the 200 cleared. So both trucks can now attach the new logging trailers. This one's a little bit messed up from that hitch, which will get fixed, but that's a cool new thing. So there's 28 trucks now, I believe, that can attach the new logging trailer. One thing that I've noticed right away is that the center of gravity seems to be a lot better on the EarthRoamer SX. This truck used to be very tippy, and now it doesn't tip nearly as much. I'm not sure if it's relatively the same as the LTi, but it does feel way better than before. Now I'm going to read off what they wrote, and we'll talk about this in a little bit. On Discord, this is today's update, August 9th. So for the vehicle improvements, we have the ability to switch to all-wheel drive. It previously was all-wheel drive always on the Rezvani, and now it's rear by default, then you can switch to all-wheel drive. Slightly improved the mud cross-country ability of the unique wheels for Rezvani. Damage zones are corrected. Crane socket added to the roof. For roamers, we have new logging trailers added. The size of the fuel tanks were increased. Winch sockets are added. The centers of mass were corrected. Suspensions were improved. Add-on with consumables for the SX. So I think being able to switch from always on all-wheel drive to switchable is a very nice change. They also increased the tires, so that's the cross-country ability. So they went from a 1.1 rating in mud to a 1.3, so they should be slightly better in the mud now. Not sure what the damage zones corrected are, or the winch sockets. Winch sockets are basically like winch points on your truck. So I don't know where they added or changed those, but that's a good change. Logging trailers added to the roamers. That's kind of cool because they could have both hitches. So that is a nice change as well. The fuel tanks we already talked about. Winch sockets added for the EarthRoamers as well. Then we got the center of mass, which were corrected, which we talked about as well. This truck just feels a lot more stable. We have the suspensions improved. Maybe that was also part of that. And then the add-on with the consumables, which we also talked about. The spare tires, repair points, and extra fuel. Then for the logging trailers, we have a suspension bug was fixed. I don't know what that means. Then we have landmarks added, also not sure what that means. And then we have load zones are improved, slightly increased. So I did hear on the PTS that if you put logs into the trailer manually, they had to be in a very specific zone. They have like 2 green zones and you have to have them within that. Apparently it was very tight, so now it's been increased a little bit to allow a little bit more leniency, so you can be a little bit more out of the zone, or previously out of the zone maybe. For others, we have unique wheels for the Futom are improved. I'm actually not sure about that change. I haven't looked at that at all. Made changes to the Encatra suspension. mass of the extended wheels for the new tractor was fixed. So on this one, the mass was supposed to be, at least in the files, it was supposed to be when you added duals to the rear, the weight doubled. The K7M does not do this. When you add duals to the rear on the K7M, it's still the same weight as the singles. So again, I'm not sure exactly what was done on this, but from what I understand is the rear mass wasn't added to the wheels, it was added to the tire or something like that. I might have that backwards, but basically it wasn't added to the correct spot, so maybe that has been fixed now, and if that's the case, the tires are probably doubled the weight when you add the rears, would be my guess. Then for co-op, we have fixed an issue when client crashes after being with the contracts trailer on another map after restarting the Ready, Set, So contract in the Austria region. Other changes, different collision fixes, various visual fixes, and localization fixes. So guys, hopefully that was useful for you. Hopefully it was informative, taught you some stuff, maybe some stuff you didn't know. But that will be it for the quick update video on Season 14. We will probably have one of these every single week as they usually update on Fridays, so keep an eye out if you guys are looking for more changes. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to watch another video, there's a random video on screen and another playlist. Please be sure to share the video, like it, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those bell notifications so you're notified when I upload. And until next time, peace.